So I'm still a little bit nervous, like in front of the camera while doing this, so just bear that in mind. And yeah, I write all my poetry on my phone, or all my lyrics on my phone. I've kind of always done it that way. I like having a nice, clean, clear thing, and where I can copy and select and paste in different places and move it all around, because sometimes you gotta flip lines. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. So first line, I like to just take something that I heard earlier today that I thought was really poetic, that kind of had a nice way of tumbling out of the mouth. I already recorded one with the one thing that I thought was poetic today, and I don't want to copy that exact same idea. I want to get away from that. So I just kind of spit out random ideas at first. Heart of God. Mind of Satan. Get some opposition going in there. Yeah, I could do that and do Heart of God, Mind of like Satan, Lucifer. I like having the male syllable, the male word, female being like Satan. It has the like hard syllable and then soft syllable. I prefer, it's easier for rhyming if you have just one hard syllable at the very end. So I'll see what that looks like. Delete mind of the devil. Devil just has better connotations, I feel. People would use devil more like in 1950s and stuff like that. More kind of slangy. Mind of the devil. Heart of God. Now who are we talking about? Who's this? I feel like this could be a really cool character. So, Mind of the Devil, Heart of God. Although I don't want to get too 1950s, little Susie Lee. I want it to be like a really intimate type of thing, kind of like a Keaton Henson song. Could do it kind of like that one song he does about a girl. I can't remember where he like talks about this girl who's like dun 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 dun. It's like, yeah, some 6/8 song that like I'll just like put the title of it up here. I know it's on there. So yeah, I could do it like from my perspective, first person, writing about a girl. So she's got the mind of the devil and the heart of God, but the heart. And usually I don't go with my first thing I come up with. That's just kind of seemed to click. So I need a name for her. It's a good name, like a serious name, like a Christian name. Name of someone who's been the Queen of England. Elizabeth. I just finished watching 30 Rock. I try not to make this character anything like Liz. It won't be a very melancholy poem. Elizabeth Lee. That's that female syllable at the end, though. Again, I don't want that. It's not a lot of female names just have female syllables at the end. In the line for a show. And then we won't get into the she's got a mind of a devil, heart of a god quite yet. Just start with a girl, I think, for this first stanza. I don't want to do it in the line for the show, because that's that 6/8 thing. I'm going to make it exactly the same as Keaton Henson's song, waiting in the line for the show. And this feels like it's going to be like an AABBCC type of thing. So something you guys should know, I cheat a lot. I really like this rhyming dictionary in particular, Pocket Poet. It has a lot of slant rhymes and like even accent rhymes like that wouldn't rhyme in American or Canadian English, but will rhyme in Irish or Australian or something like that. It's really good. The line for the show, although faux, she's a faux, she acted like a faux, I really want to give off the impression that she's got the heart of the devil and the mind of God. Just do snow, I could get some of that sensory action at the beginning. That's always, it's good to like get that sensory stuff in at the beginning, I've heard, so it kind of trickles down through. I want to do something about like slush beneath car tires and snow, or like the air that comes out of your mouth when it, like condensation. Okay, I just got to do something. Rising up through the snow, a crowd breaths. Crowd's breath, that way I can get rid of one of the syllables. Crowd's breath. And I don't really know how to spell breaths, and so just do that. Crowd's breath rising up through the snow. Like, first impression of who she is, she's gonna be a little scrappy. And so how do I show that? What's a scrappy thing to do when you're waiting in line? Get high. Getting high before the show. It's not terribly scrappy, but maybe she's by herself. Getting high for the show by herself before kind of shows that she's got nothing to lose, or it's kind of weird, I guess. Is it okay, like, trying to go out and have a good time alone? And I like getting high. I just read Sunday Coming, I think. Like Christopherson, Johnny Cash sung it. And they talk about getting high, and it just like, it sounded really fresh, kind of. So like getting drunk or getting wasted or whatever. So the last word of this second one is going to be like getting high. Just going to be getting high. So I have to rhyme seeing this girl kind of with high. So I'm going to go back here. H-I-G-H. Thin thighs. She was shy. No other guy. I guess I saw that up there. Rise, lie, awry. Dry, cry. Maybe she was crying. Alone with no other guy. Alone with no other guys. A woman. Alone getting high. I already do alone. A cold woman. Just this woman getting high. Have like a long pause in the thing. Okay, I'm really not proud of this lyric, but we'll just keep going. I asked her. It's just about like blocking the story like into like stanzas. Like each stanza is a different part of the story. So first stanza is waiting in line for the snow, and I noticed a girl. So we like have where we are and a girl. And like ideally you're trying not to think too much about like, okay, I have to fit in where we are and who the characters are. It's just kind of like all that stuff is built into you, and you know that. You just have to really feel out what story it is and draw it out. So yeah, alone with no other guy. This woman getting high. I asked for a hit. I don't want to use more words than I have to. For a hit. It's gonna be really variable, like length of poem lines. Usually I try to make them very consistent. This one isn't turning out like that. And then what did she say back? It really has to show her personality of like being kind of this crazy woman. So we go from hit, or else just like what a normal person would do. You can have a little bit. Show you your tits. She said, no, I'm trying to quit. That's like a really friendly, I guess, kind of way. And like, maybe it's not showing her, maybe we're not quite there yet. We'll like kind of build to what the thing is that she does. And then the chorus, I guess, will kind of be like, she's got the mind of a devil but the heart of God. And that could really show that she's just dysfunctional, that kind of conflicted character. As for hit, she said, sure, I'm trying to quit. Gave me a limp little joint. Little joint. And then, alright, I'll get to the point. It really shows something interesting, but we're going to build up to it. So, what do we do? Point, a point, conjoined, disjoint. Okay, these are horrible. Like disappoint, but like what's disappointing? The joint? You wouldn't say like, oh, I'm really disappointed in this joint. And say, oh, thank you, no matter what it is. And okay, well, what's another word? Gave me the glassy green pipe. Stripe. Oh, type. Maybe she was my type. That's interesting. It fits, anyway. Fits with kind of the whole setup. It's a boy meets girl type of thing. Tight, died. Tied. Tight, bite. See, these are all really good slant rhymes. That's why I really like this app. I'd, died. But I like type, might, right. It's just, it fits. And we're still building to something. I asked for a hit. She said, sure, I'm trying to quit. And she gave me her greasy glassy green pipe. You could say that she was my type. Alright, yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do for today. I'm really tired. It's almost 1 a.m. as you can see on my phone. I just want to do this and record and show you a little example of what I'm going to be doing in the future and kind of show you explain to you what I want to be doing and why. And hopefully, yeah, if you have any feedback for me, if you think I could have done something cooler with the poem, let me know. Or the lyric. And that's it, I'm gonna go to bed. So stop. And stop.